everybody, I'm Bella
I'm Todd.
and together we are Sing, Create, Play. We have a lap bounce for you today that you can do with a child in your lap, or if the child is a bit bigger they can hold a cuddly toy and do the actions. It's called a smooth road and it's on the tune of a ram sam sam. Right, ready? Get ready to rock back and forth in the beginning. Smooth, smooth road, the smooth, smooth road. Bumpy, 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 and the smooth, smooth road. A smooth, smooth road, the smooth, smooth road. Bumpy, 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 and the smooth, smooth road. A red light, a red light. Bumpy, 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 and the smooth road. A red light, a red light. Bumpy, 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 and a smooth road. A rough, rough road, a rough, rough road. Bumpy, 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 and a rough, rough road. A rough, rough road, a rough, rough road. Bumpy, 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 and a rough, rough road. A puddle, a puddle. Bumpy, 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 and a rough, rough road. A puddle, a puddle. Bumpy, 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 and a rough, rough road. A roundabout, a roundabout. Bumpy, 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 and a roundabout. A roundabout, a roundabout. Bumpy, 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 and a roundabout. A hole, a hole. Bumpy, 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 and a roundabout. A hole, a hole. Bumpy, 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 and a roundabout. You ready to do it faster?
Yeah.
Go on then. A smooth, smooth road, a smooth, smooth road. Bumpy, 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 and a smooth, smooth road. A smooth, smooth road, a smooth, smooth road. Bumpy, 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 and a smooth, smooth road. A red light, a red light. Bumpy, 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 and a smooth road. A red light, a red light. Bumpy, 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 and a smooth road. A rough, rough road, a rough, rough road. Bumpy, 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 and a rough, rough road. A rough, rough road, a rough, rough road. Bumpy, 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 and a rough, rough road. A puddle, a puddle. Bumpy, 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 and a rough, rough road. A puddle, a puddle. Bumpy, 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 and a rough, rough road. A roundabout, a roundabout. Bumpy, 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 and a roundabout. A roundabout, a roundabout. Bumpy, 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 and a roundabout. A hole, a hole. Bumpy, 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 and a roundabout. A hole, a hole. Bumpy, 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 and a roundabout. Bumpy, 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 and we are back home. This is a tiring one, but a very fun one as well. Take care.